This is ESBR Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the main event on Saturday night, Lewis Crocker. Lewis, how are you doing? Your second fight in what, 2 months?
Well, some saying it was maybe 7 weeks ago or something was fighting like that. So quick turnaround, mate, and I'm buzzing to be fighting again, especially in Belfast.
You mentioned fighting in Belfast. This is 2 fights in a row, obviously. Now in Belfast, is this where you want to fight in front of your hometown fans?
Definitely, keep winning, keep bringing big nights back to Belfast with the Zona Matchroom as well, and Colin Promotions. It's amazing, and to be headlining on Saturday again. I headlined back in, I think it was like 2021 or 2020, and it was a great night in Ulster Hall. So hopefully the same again on Saturday.
And when did the call come? Like, how soon after the December 2nd show did you know that this fight was a potential going to happen?
It was like 2.5 weeks or something after that fight, mate. So just before Christmas time. That's the same. I was surprised, and then that was it, mate. I got back to Scotland the Boxing Day, and here we are now.
So not too much Christmas dinner for yourself then. Looking back at the last fight, obviously Tyrone McKenna was kind of build a big battle of Belfast. You came through that relatively comfortably, I think most people would say. What do you expect different on Saturday night? Obviously, Felix is a far bigger puncher than Tyrone McKenna, but probably more of an unknown quantity. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, well, I think he's quite known by Irish fans anyway after his last win against Gary Cully. But as you say, a dangerous puncher. At Mexican, they're always game, they're always tough. So, yeah, I'm expecting a tough fight.
And do you think that, obviously, with yourself and Tyrone the last time, it was kind of, you were getting booed, he was getting booed, you were getting cheered, he was getting cheered. Do you think that this time the atmosphere will be all for you? It'll be an electric atmosphere. I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely. Like Belfast will get behind their fighter, and even the people who was like booing for Tyrone or booing for me at the start of that fight, they were both for cheering after. You know what I mean? So I feel like I've good support, and I'm going to put on a show on Saturday.
And just kind of, I know you've been with Billy Nelson now for 5 fights. What's it been like over there in Scotland?
Scotland's brilliant. Working with Billy's amazing. Progressing each and every day in the gym. And I think it's going to be a big year for me and Billy.
And now, obviously, looking at your opponent, you mentioned Jose Felix. Of course, shocked Gary Cully stopping him. How do you ensure that the same doesn't happen to you?
Just a better overall fighter, so I mean. And come back from a fight last month with a good win, and it felt good, so that's it. Just keep the ball rolling and get the job done on Saturday.
And obviously there's a few other names on the card. Paddy, Donovan most notably standing over there. I heard an interview with Frank Smith during the week that potential fight between you and Paddy is something that he would look in the future. Is that something that interests you at all?
I'm only worried about Jose Felix now, mate. Whatever fights come in the future, we'll see what happens. We'll talk about it.
And what 2024, we're obviously in January. What's the ideal 2024 look like for you? Obviously, you're not taking your eye off Saturday, but ideally, how many times do you want to fight?
4 fights. I would like to be kept active, and just push up the rankings and start progressing towards the world title. And
is activity key for you? There was probably quite a large portion of inactivity, followed by a lot of activity recently. Do you think that's when we see the best in you?
Oh, definitely. That's it. Every fighter is always better when they're active, so that's it. That's the game plan. Keep active this year and hopefully get some big fights, some big names.
And you mentioned they're wanting to fight for a world title. Do you see that being this year at all, or more likely next year in 2025?
It's hard to say, mate. Just depends who you fight and what way the rankings are and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Away from this, obviously we've got a few big heavyweight fights coming up. Just kind of wanted to get your opinion on them. Your thoughts on the Fury-Usyk undisputed fight in February 17th. How do you think that one plays out?
I thought Fury was going to beat him, and then based on his last performance against Ngannou, he wasn't looking the man that he usually is. But it's hard to bet against Fury, so I'll take Fury.
What about the other one you mentioned, Ngannou there? Joshua Ngannou a month later, also in Saudi Arabia. How do you see that one playing out?
I see Joshua beating him. I think Joshua's the better fighter. He's looked good in his last fight as well, so definitely I'll take Joshua in that one.
And just back to yourself, Lewis, why should fans tune in on Saturday night to watch you against Jose Felix? What can they expect?
Always an entertaining fight with me. I come to fight, come to bring entertainment. Fireworks.
And are you predicting a stoppage finish?
Inside the distance, man.
Brilliant. Lewis, thanks very much for talking to ESBR Boxing. Top man.
Cheers, man. Thank you.